The air was thick with tension, a palpable electricity that danced between us. I had come to Cannes seeking opportunity, but I found myself ensnared in a web woven from desire and dread. Maya Laurent had awakened something in me that I thought long buried, a hunger that gnawed at my insides, a craving that was both intoxicating and terrifying. Maya suggested an outing to an old theater, a relic from a bygone era. It was said to be haunted, its walls echoing with the whispers of those who had performed there long ago. As we entered, the air shifted, a chill creeping up my spine. The velvet seats were faded, the stage shrouded in darkness, but Maya's presence illuminated the space. She led me to the center of the stage, her laughter ringing through the empty auditorium like a siren's call. "Let's make our own magic," she said, twirling around as if the ghosts of the past were watching us. I couldn't help but smile, the thrill of being with her overshadowing the unease that lingered in the corners of my mind. As she danced, her body moved with an elegance that was both haunting and alluring. I stepped closer, drawn to her like a moth to a flame. But as I reached out to touch her, the lights flickered, casting eerie shadows that seemed to pulse with life. "Maya!" I called, my voice trembling. But she was lost in her own world, her movements becoming more frantic, as if something unseen was urging her on. Suddenly, the air grew heavy, suffocating. A voice, low and guttural, whispered from the darkness, wrapping around us like a serpent. "Leave this place," it hissed. Maya froze, her eyes wide with a mixture of fear and exhilaration. "Did you hear that?" "Yes," I replied, my heart racing. "We should go." But before I could pull her away, she grinned, a wild, reckless smile that sent a shiver down my spine. "No, I want to stay." The next day, we found ourselves on a rooftop garden overlooking the glimmering Mediterranean. The sun dipped low on the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink. It was beautiful, almost surreal, but the beauty felt tainted. Maya leaned against the railing, her silhouette framed by the dying light. "Isn't it perfect?" she mused, her voice soft, almost dreamy. "Yes," I replied, but I couldn't shake the feeling that we were being watched. I scanned the area, my instincts on high alert. "Come here," she beckoned, her voice sultry, drawing me closer. I stepped to her side and she took my hand, intertwining our fingers. As the sun disappeared, a chill swept through the air. "Let's make a pact," she said suddenly, her eyes gleaming with mischief. "No secrets, no lies." I hesitated, the weight of her words settling heavily between us. "What do you mean?" "Just us," she whispered, leaning in closer. "Nothing else matters." But as she spoke, the atmosphere shifted. The wind picked up, howling like a wounded beast, and for a brief moment, I thought I saw a figure lurking in the shadows below. I blinked, and it was gone. That night, Maya led me to a hidden passageway beneath the chateau, a narrow, winding staircase that descended into darkness. "It's where the secrets are kept," she said, her voice a seductive whisper. I hesitated at the entrance, the air thick with foreboding. "Are you sure we should go down there?" I swallowed hard, my heart pounding in my chest. There was something about her that both terrified and thrilled me. I took a deep breath and followed her into the abyss. The passage was damp and musty. Maya moved ahead, her form illuminated by a flickering lantern she had brought along. "Where does this lead?" I asked, my voice echoing in the darkness. "To the heart of the chateau," she replied, her tone almost reverent. "To where the magic happens." As we reached the end of the passage, we entered a small chamber filled with relics of the past. Old costumes, faded photographs, and dusty scripts. But in the center of the room stood a mirror, its surface dark and warped. "Look," Maya urged, stepping closer. I joined her, peering into the glass. My reflection wavered and I felt a chill run down my spine. In the depths of the mirror, I saw shadows moving, swirling like smoke. "Maya?" I whispered, fear creeping into my voice, but she was already lost in the reflection, her eyes wide with fascination. "It's beautiful," she breathed. The following day, I confronted Maya. "What's happening to us?" I demanded, my voice shaking. "This isn't just a fling. There's something wrong here." She laughed, a sound that sent chills racing down my spine. "You're overthinking it. Just let go." But I couldn't. The whispers, the shadows, they were growing louder, more insistent. I felt trapped, ensnared in a game I didn't understand. "Maya, I'm scared," I admitted, my voice breaking. "Scared of what?" she challenged, stepping closer. "Of me? Or of what you might discover about yourself?" Her eyes glinted with something dark, something that made the hairs on the back of my neck stand on end. "I can show you things," she promised, her voice a sultry whisper. "Things you've never dared to imagine." I took a step back, my heart racing. I don't want to lose myself. But she reached out, her fingers brushing against my skin, igniting a fire within me. "You already have," she murmured, her breath hot against my ear. The next night, I found myself back at the old theater, drawn by an invisible thread. The stage was set, the air thick with anticipation. I stepped onto the wooden boards, feeling the weight of countless performances pressing down on me. "Maya," I called out, my voice echoing in the silence. She appeared from the shadows, her presence electric. "You came," she said, her smile both inviting and menacing. "I need to know the truth," I demanded, my heart pounding. "What are you?" Her laughter filled the space, a sound that sent shivers down my spine. "I'm everything you fear and desire," she replied, stepping closer. "But you have to choose." "Choose what?" I asked, confusion swirling in my mind. "Choose to embrace the darkness," she said, her eyes glinting with an otherworldly light. "Or walk away and forget everything." I hesitated, the weight of her words pressing down on me. The shadows danced around us, whispering secrets I couldn't comprehend. As I stepped closer, the world around us faded. The air crackled with energy, and I felt the darkness envelop me, pulling me into its depths. Maya's arms wrapped around me, her touch igniting a fire that coursed through my veins. In that moment, I understood. I was part of something greater, something dark and intoxicating. But as I surrendered to her embrace, a flicker of doubt crept into my mind. What had I given up? What had I unleashed? I had crossed a line, and there was no turning back. As the darkness closed in, I felt Maya's breath against my skin. I was hers now, bound by desire and fear, entwined in a dance that would lead us both into the abyss. And as the final curtain fell, I realized that in the world of glamour and seduction, the line between love and horror had blurred beyond recognition. The festival would continue, but for me, the real show had just begun.